I always knew I wasn't really part of the family. But it took me 18 years to find out why. They adopted me when I was 5, told everyone they were doing the Lord's work, rescuing a foster kid from the system. Truth was, they wanted the state money, $800 a month, every month, like clockwork. At first, it was subtle, hand-me-downs from my real son older brother. No photos of me in the family hallway. Never once heard, "I love you." By age 10, I'd learned to make myself small, useful, invisible. I cleaned. I got straight A's. I said thank you for leftovers. At 15, I got my first job bussing tables. They took half my paycheck for rent. At 17, I was told I'd better find a place to live after graduation because we did our part. But I didn't say anything. I just kept my head down, studied harder, saved every penny. Then came senior year and the college acceptance letter. Full ride, computer science, out of state, a miracle. When I told them, my adoptive mom scoffed. "So you think you're too good for us now?" My adoptive dad just grunted, "Hope you don't expect us to help." 3 weeks before I left for college, I came home from work and found a stranger in the house. He was touring it with a realtor. They were selling it. My room, my childhood, gone. When I confronted them, my mom said, "You'll be out soon anyway. This isn't your home." So I left. With 2 suitcases, $680 in savings, and one vow. I would never need anyone again. It took years, long nights, 2 jobs, coding at 2 a.m. By 25, I had a startup. By 28, I sold it. And I never looked back until I got a call from a lawyer. Apparently, my adoptive parents had defaulted on a reverse mortgage. The house, the one they kicked me out of, was up for auction. They needed help, a family favor. I didn't say a word. I attended the auction anonymously, and I bought the house. In cash. They found out a week later, when the sheriff taped the eviction notice to their door. They showed up at my office, screaming, "After everything we did for you?" I looked them in the eye and said, "You adopted a paycheck, you raised a stranger, and now that stranger owns your house?" They threatened to sue. I handed them a framed copy of the adoption check from 2005. I had found it years ago and kept it. "You made $172,800 off me," I told them. "This conversation is over." I never saw them again. Now, I rent the house to a family that actually loves their kids. And I framed my college acceptance letter. It hangs over the old kitchen table they never let me sit at. Sometimes, I go stand on the front porch and just breathe, not out of revenge, but because I finally can.